If you're a speaker, coach, or consultant, that sounds natural in conversation, but sounds robotic on camera. This isn't a communication problem that you have. It's a defense mechanism that you haven't quite broken through yet. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you why you sound robotic on camera and how to stop sounding robotic on camera so that you could talk naturally and confidently every time you turn on that camera and you press record. Now, I know this far too well because when I started creating content back in 2021, you can see it in all of my first videos, how robotic and monotone and flat voiced I sound in every video.
But what we have to understand is that fear is nothing more than what Zig Ziglar described as false evidence appearing real. You see, what failure really is a learning tool. It is the building block to success. It's hard to stay productive, work hard, and stay focused when someone dies, someone decides to leave us. We fail so much while chasing greatness.
You can see it in my body posture, how I wasn't really moving around a lot, how I looked very uncomfortable. And it's all because of this. Speaking robotic is a defense mechanism against the fear of judgment. Every time you talk robotic and you don't sound like your natural voice, it's because you're afraid that someone will judge you negatively. You're afraid if they saw you for who you really are and how you carry yourself and what your personality is like, they will judge you negatively. So to defend yourself from the potential judgment of others, you code switch to robotic mode. Then you start performing, not talking how you naturally do to avoid them potentially judging you and not seeing you for who you really are. And this is a terrible thing to do. This is keeping you away from building the personal brand that you would like to build. Why? Because if people don't get to know you for who you really are and how you carry yourself, how can they trust you? How can they want to work with you? Think about it from your own perspective. Have you ever wanted to partner or work with someone who you didn't really know? I would imagine no. So every time you robotically talk on camera with the monotone flat voice, that is the barrier between you and them building trust with you and wanting to work with you and wanting to buy whatever you have to offer. So how do we begin to combat this defense of robotic talking? Well, it starts with belief. You have to believe that what you have to say and what you have to share is far more important than the potential judgment that others may have of you. What you have to say will transform and impact their lives in a positive way. And that's more important than them not liking the sound of your own voice, than them not liking your personality or how you look. If you identify as a good person, good people give away what's meant to be shared rather than hoard it for themselves. So if you know deep down inside you have a message that needs to be served to others, it is in your best interest to give the good that you have to others that will help them get to one place to another. Once you allow that belief to marinate in your mind, that what you have to share is far more important than the potential judgment of others, then you got to stop reading your scripts word from word, trying to memorize them. This is enabling that defense mechanism because when you read word from word, you're not present in the moment. You're not showing up naturally as you are. You're not showing up with emotions because your brain is too occupied of saying the correct word and the next correct word. Can I be transparent with you right now? This is one of the biggest mistakes that I practiced early on when I was creating my very first couple of videos. Now, I don't remember exactly how many videos I scripted word from word and tried to remember them that way. But I know for a fact it was at least the first three. And you can see the results of that within those videos if you go back and watch them. You can see that I'm not present in the moment. You can hear that I'm not speaking naturally and with passion as I am now.
In today's video, I'm gonna help you overcome those fears you have.
You can see within those videos, I'm extremely uncomfortable. And that's exactly how you're showing up and how people are perceiving you when you're trying to say the next correct word rather than showing up naturally as you are. Now, I'm not here to leave you high and dry, telling you to scrap away scripting out your videos and reading them word for word without giving you a solution. So here's the solution every time you create a video. Instead of you scripting every video, trying to memorize them word from word, create an outline with every point that you want to state and have an analogy or a story connected with all of those points. Because that makes it easier for you to share and it makes it easier for your audience to consume. And it allows you to show up naturally and more conversationally every time you turn the camera on. Once I started outlining my videos, oh, it relieved me from the unnecessary pressure of trying to rely on my memory. And it allowed me to have a conversation with my audience. I hope this video is valuable for you because you're not a robot. And there's no reason for you to talk like one. You're a human with a voice that matters. And what you have to share is far more important than the potential judgment of others. If you're ready to take control of your life and develop that confidence that you've always been waiting for, then these two videos will help with that.